hello there.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have another 100% planet to do in LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga. This time, we got the one, the only, Tatooine. A wonderful planet. A beautiful planet. However, since Tatooine is an absolutely gigantic planet, we are splitting up the video that we were doing today into two parts. So today we are doing the Jundland Wastelands, and again this will be a two-part video, so today we are doing part 1. Just as a reminder, the Tatooine space has 1 Kyber Comet, so 5 Kyber bricks, which I have already completed, and then the Jundland Wastelands have 34 Kyber bricks, 1 data card, 15 characters, and 1 ship.
Okay, let's go.
To kick things off today, we are starting with all of the Kyber bricks as we did in the last video. We have to get these 3 chests out of 5. I already had 2 of them, so here are the 3 chests that we are getting for this first Kyber brick. The second thing we are doing is absolutely destroying these sand people, and then using our hero to pull this little chest out and get our second Kyber brick of the day. Did a couple loopy-de-loops.
What?
But we got it eventually. Now, if you guys remember my last video, I absolutely despise stacking boxes. Then right after that, I got it for the 3rd time, in which did you see that? They just tried to kill me. But we got another stacking boxes puzzle today. This one we had to stack 5 boxes around Luke Skywalker's old home. So we finally got to the 5th box, jumped up all the way to the top of the shop, and then jumped a couple times, and finally got the Kyber brick after our 3rd try. And we managed to get to a little bit of an annoying bit in this Kyber brick run. It is a lot of climbing in the Jundland Wastelands. There's so many different levels and elevations in this place that I had to climb so many different times. This is me just a couple of the times climbing. We'll see it later in the video, but just so many different climbing spots. We have our first puzzle of the day right after this. I pulled this first lever, and then it was like, oh, you gotta pull 5 more. So here's me pulling all of the other 5 levers. I don't know if this is how you're supposed to do it. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to climb up there, but I just used the force, you know, cheesed it a little bit, got all 5 of the levers, and then I was like, oh shit, I actually have to get up there. Which I had no idea how to do, but eventually it just gave it to me while I was just wandering around trying to figure out how to get up. Next one, we use this absolute horned beast to unlock this little computer and open a door and get another Kyber brick. Right after we switched to the homie, General Grievous, and then talked to this blue lady while we exploded her treasure in the background. Then grabbed her treasure. I said it. I said there was going to be more climbing. This one was another stupid climbing puzzle that I had to do. Well, this puzzle took me a little bit. That little droid fuck on the side.
Floyd said, fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what did he say fuck me for?
Told me, oh, you can't make him pass over the same thing twice. So that made sense, but it did make sense because I couldn't see very well. So eventually I figured out, oh, I'm just making a sun, and then I finally got that Kyber brick in the back. Guys, I'm not making this up. It was so much climbing in this one. I don't know how the Jundland Wastelands were so boring, but my god, they were boring. It was just climbing after climbing. I had to climb up all the way up here. At least for this one, I got to see some of the Jawas just dancing around. But just climbing after climbing. This one was a data card at least, but just more climbing. Finally, something interesting is happening. You know, I had to fix this rocket that I would like to. I'm thinking about a name for it. I think I'm gonna call it the Challenger. It was kind of a challenging. Puzzle. You know. I don't know. It just kind of came to me. I thought it was a good name. Got a ship from it. For this one, I felt like I was in Skyrim.
Hey, you. You're finally awake.
Exploring a nice little dungeon. Had to grab out my torch, press this button, unlock the cage, and grab the Kyber brick. Look out, guys. Another climbing puzzle. God, I'm going nuts. I'm going absolutely insane trying to do the Jundland Wastelands right now. At least now I get to blow off some steam by doming these sand people. And this 3rd one didn't even try to fight me. He's just... and I just shot him off the cliff. But I did get to get this Kyber brick after. And this one, I remember doing this one because I got the most annoying glitch in the game. Just imagine sitting here for like 20 good seconds, you know, just watching C-3PO fucking Michael Jackson moonwalk until you finally can move your character again, move him out of the way, and then take control of the thing's mind that's inside, which I had to press on both of these buttons to make the door open for myself. And I'm like, oh, let's think smarter, not harder to get this brick. I used the guy to press the other two buttons, so I used the two halves, press two of the three buttons, so I could just walk in with C-3PO and grab another Kyber brick by pressing that third button. And once again, more climbing. Like, I'm really sorry about this video. Like, it's gonna be horrible. It's just gonna be me climbing over and over again. Like, look at this. I have to shoot 2 nets, and you can only have 2 nets at a time, so you have to climb up with your other dude and then shoot the other 2 nets, make him climb extraordinarily slowly once again to get to the top of this thing where you get awarded a little brick. And this one is just a button race. I felt like I was in a goddamn F1 race. I'm trying to take power corners and figure out when to pit stop. I'm like fucking Lewis Hamilton running around the map, but I finally got all 4 buttons and got a brick. So I just added in because I'm going to be making a lot of jokes about this guy. I have a very phallic-looking character that I bought named Mr. Poof, who I used for pretty much the rest of this video, bouncing on these trampolines to get all the way up there. I was bouncing around on it, you know. That's not funny, is it? I don't care. I don't care if it's not funny. This guy looks funny. I'm using him the rest of the video. You guys are going to have to deal with these horrible jokes that are coming up. In this next clip, we have Mr. Poof here doing backflips on it. I can't do this. We're going to try to stay away from the dick jokes for Mr. Poof. I mean, I think you guys have already had enough of this guy. But we got this next one where we're going to be doing mind tricks, and, you know, oh my god. That's just unsolicited. That is a dick pic on the side of my screen right now, and it almost looks like Mr. Poof is uncircumcised. This is like what you see when a teenager gets his first Snapchat crush. But we blew up this box with General Grievous, and then we switch back to Mr. Poof because, you know, you gotta show out. This next brick we got inside this home where I took off Mr. Poof's shaft trying to get in here, but we switched to a bounty hunter to break open this gold box over here. And finally we got off of Mr. Poof, but, you know, we're right back to it. You know, this joke just dropped in my lap, guys. Are those nuts? Are those balls? Mr. Poof is just breaking open, sticking his head through the wall here, dude. It's poking out of his jeans. I don't even know what's going on anymore. We got this brick. Now we're finally on to our last brick. This is not with Mr. Poof, thankfully, but this took me a long time to find. There's a little target up here that I had to shoot to open this door over here. And finally, this is how long it took me. I was looking at the wire. I'm like, oh my god, how was I supposed to find that? But finally walked in there and got my last brick. Now that we are done with Kyber bricks, we are going to do a couple of character missions and then go to part 2. On to our first character mission on Tatooine, and usually I skip through this stuff, but listen to this guy's voice.
I take it you got a ship we can use to blow out of this dust.
It's Morgan Freeman over here. This is Morgan Freeman voice acted Dumbo, but apparently this guy's a pretty famous musician, and I have to defend him from his fans. So I'm killing his fans here, and I turn around and Mr. Poof is sword fighting a shirtless man, so of course I kill both of them. Defend Dumbo, and then he goes, let's shake it, baby. Yeah. Now we got our second posse of fans trying to attack Dumbo over here, so we're protecting him once again, and I accidentally shoot Mr. Poof in the face, and his shaft goes flying away. But you know what, he's alright, he spawns straight back. We got our third and final fight, killing a bunch of the fans. Dodged Mr. Poof this time, but I had to make sure I got him away from the shirtless man again. He's just running straight after him. Now we gotta protect him and take him all the way to a different planet. I had to clear 3 different places to get Morgan Freeman to the planet that he needed to go, so here's a quick montage of me killing everything.
Yeah, boy.
Right after I killed this last guy, I was able to talk to Morgan Freeman once again and complete the Beats of Rage mission. Now this is a horrible way to end the video because this mission sucked. I had to, this guy was an aspiring comedian and I had to find jokes for him. I'm not even going to read the jokes, they were so bad. You can look at the bottom of the screen, I have subtitles up. So if you really want to read these jokes, so they're really bad. Like, they're horrible, really horrible jokes. But as we take a little intermission, found another wandering Wookiee. So that was probably the best part of this entire mission, was finding another Wookiee, but these jokes were just horrible. Absolutely awful. This one was alright. I'll give you this one. But now that we have our 5 jokes, we are finally done with part 1 of the Jundland Wastelands.